The world of cycling is holding its breath again. When a doping case appears, it doesn't just stain one rider. It shakes an entire sport that has fought for years to rebuild its reputation. And this time, the storm has a name. Oier Lazkano, the Spanish national champion, one of the brightest talents to emerge in recent years, has been provisionally suspended by the UCI for irregularities detected in his biological passport. The news has exploded like a thunderclap. His team, Bora Hansgrohe, reacted immediately, announcing his dismissal without waiting for the final verdict. But here's the problem, and it's one cycling knows too well. The court of public opinion never waits for evidence. Lazkano is now branded by a word that ends careers and erases reputations overnight: doping. At just 25 years old, he represented the modern Spanish cycling dream. Talented, versatile, and disciplined. From national hero to outcast in a matter of days. And yet, behind this case lies something much deeper than one man's alleged mistakes. Because every time doping reappears, it revives the shadow that haunts cycling's greatest champions. The suspicion that no one can truly be clean at the top. It doesn't matter who tests positive. The echo always reaches the podium. And when the rider involved was once part of a powerhouse like Bora, the implications are global. Suddenly, everyone looks nervously at the sport's biggest names. Tadej Pogacar, Remco Evenepoel, Jonas Vingegaard, Isaac del Toro. The kings of a generation now feel the cold breath of doubt once again. Before judgment, though, comes context. Because in modern cycling, the truth is rarely as simple as a test result. To understand how we got here, we need to look at the system that caught Lazkano, the biological passport. It's not a single test. It's a long-term profile built over years that tracks a rider's blood values, hormone levels, and biological patterns. When those lines deviate too much from the norm, the alarm goes off. That's what happened to Oier Lazkano. The UCI identified unexplained fluctuations and immediately triggered a provisional suspension. No failed drug test. No direct evidence of a banned substance. Just irregularities. For many fans, that's enough. But for experts, it's a reminder of how complex the fight against doping has become. Because the biological passport is precise, yet not perfect. Stress, altitude, training, even illness can affect those values. That's why every case deserves its defence. But Bora Hansgrohe didn't wait. Within hours, the team terminated his contract, an unusual move that raised even more questions. Why so fast? Why not wait for a verdict? There are two possible explanations. The first, a team desperate to protect its image, to show zero tolerance after years of cleaning up the sport. The second, and more disturbing, is that they may know something we don't. Because when a World Tour team acts this decisively, it's rarely a knee-jerk reaction. It suggests internal confirmation, a belief that the evidence will hold. That's what has the peloton whispering. And once the whispers start, they never stop at one name. They spread like wildfire. Lazkano's case has already reignited old fears, that perhaps the performances we've been celebrating these last few years were too good to be true. It's unfair, yes. But that's the price cycling pays for its history. Every doping case, no matter how isolated, throws a shadow over the sport's brightest stars. And right now, no one shines brighter than Tadej Pogacar. The Slovenian has become more than a cyclist. He's a symbol, a generational talent who dominates every race he touches, from the cobbles of Flanders to the peaks of the Alps. But with greatness comes suspicion. Whenever a doping story surfaces, Pogacar's name trends. Not because of guilt, but because of disbelief. People can't comprehend how someone can be that good, that consistent, that dominant across an entire season. The comparisons come instantly. Armstrong, Ulrich, Pantani. A new generation of fans who never lived through cycling's darkest years now question if history is repeating itself. And yet, there's one big difference. Transparency. Pogacar is tested almost daily. His biological passport is spotless. His numbers are public to anti-doping authorities worldwide. And still, the noise doesn't stop. Because in cycling, the absence of guilt doesn't erase the presence of doubt. It's a cruel paradox. The better you are, the more people suspect you. And when you combine that with the emotional echo of a new doping case like Lazkano's, it creates a storm of speculation that no champion can avoid. The media feed it. Social networks amplify it. Fans, burned by past betrayals, choose caution over faith. But maybe that's the tragic beauty of this sport. It demands belief in the unbelievable. It asks us to trust human potential again, even when history has given us every reason not to. Of course, Pogacar isn't the only name now caught in the crossfire. Remco Evenepoel, Jonas Vingegaard, and the young Mexican prodigy Isaac del Toro, all of them face the same silent judgment. When they win, the world applauds. But behind the applause, there's always someone whispering, "Is it real?" Remco, with his relentless power and machine-like time trials. Vingegaard, the calm assassin of the mountains. And Isaac del Toro, the 21-year-old sensation who already rides with the poise of a veteran. For them, this new scandal isn't just another story. It's a reminder that one mistake by anyone can poison the image of everyone. Because cycling isn't just fighting against doping anymore. It's fighting against the memory of doping. And that battle might be even harder. Every sponsor, every fan, every journalist looks for signs, inconsistencies, explanations. And in this new world of multi-million-dollar investments, with corporate giants like Red Bull, UAE Team Emirates, and Visma, Chas, Lisa bike-building cycling empires, the stakes have never been higher. A single scandal can cost millions, ruin reputations, destroy legacies. That's why the Lazkano case matters far beyond Spain. It's not about one rider. It's about whether the system still works, whether the sport truly learned from its past, because if it didn't, this could be the beginning of another storm. And so, after all the noise, all the accusations, all the speculation, one truth remains. Modern cycling is cleaner than ever before. That might sound naive, but it's true. The very fact that cases like Lazkano's are detected through years of monitoring proves that the system works. The UCI's biological passport is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Catch irregularities before they become scandals. That doesn't mean the sport is perfect. Far from it. But unlike the dark era of the 2000s when entire teams lived on deception, today's peloton is watched, tested, and analysed like never before. If Lazkano is guilty, he will pay the price. If he's innocent, he deserves full redemption. That's justice. But the rest of the peloton, Pogacar, Remco, Vingegaard, Del Toro, should not have to carry his shadow, because doubt, when left unchecked, becomes as dangerous as doping itself. In the end, this sport has survived everything: betrayal, scandal, and skepticism. And it keeps moving forward, one pedal stroke at a time. That's cycling's greatest strength. It always finds a way to heal. So, as we wait for the verdict, let's remember, a failed test doesn't define a generation. How the sport reacts, that's what defines it. And maybe, just maybe, this time cycling will prove it's finally strong enough to keep its soul clean.